Craig, 7 News Detroit. Right here in Shelby Township, there's going to be a mother, a father, a senior citizen struggling to pay their bills, put food on the table, pay the utility bills. When you speak of the prosperity in a Trump administration, speaking to that person, what does that look like?
There was this chart that had wages below corporate profits and below the size of government. And there was one 4-year period during my entire life where wages were actually going up, especially for people at the bottom and people at the middle. That was the 4 years when Donald Trump was president. And so my message to people who are struggling is, first of all, I know what it's like to struggle. My mamaw once negotiated with a Meals on Wheels person so that she could get more food from Meals on Wheels so that she could feed me and her. I certainly know what it's like to deal with skyrocketing grocery prices and skyrocketing rent. The solution to it is to give people higher paychecks. The solution to it is give people better take-home pay. The solution is to unleash American energy so that people aren't going to the grocery and seeing that eggs are 50% more than what they were a year and a half ago, right? You've got to bring down prices to give people basic prosperity. And the way you do that is really unleashing American energy, unleashing American farmers, and not spending like a drunken sailor, which is what Kamala Harris has done during her time in office. We really do know that it's the least of these. The Bible calls them the least of these who have suffered the most under Kamala Harris's affordability crisis. And President Trump and I, that is priority number one, is to make groceries and gas and rent more affordable for normal Americans. If you work hard and play by the rules, this very simple principle should apply. If you work hard and play by the rules, you should be able to live a good life in this country. And unfortunately, a lot of people right now are working hard and they're playing by the rules, but they can't afford groceries and they can't afford rent because of bad policy in Washington, D.C. We promise that we're going to change that. One last point I want to make on this, because I don't think that we talk in the media, we don't talk about it enough in politics, but housing is through the roof, and housing is destroying people's savings and their ability to put a good house, put a good roof over their kid's head. So here's the thing. Why is housing so expensive in this country? Housing is so expensive in this country for two reasons. Number one, Kamala Harris pursued policies that raise interest rates, which make mortgages unaffordable for normal Americans. That's number one. And number two, we have let in 20 million illegal aliens who are competing with American citizens for scarce housing. You do those two things and you see the rent crisis that you see in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania. It is a disgrace. President Trump and I promise we will fix it. It's simple public policy. It's just got to be smarter, and it's got to look out for American citizens.